making some pulled pork croquettes. Now I've got pulled pork left over from dinner. In here I've got 125 grams. Now with this recipe, you really don't have to be exact with the measurements. Use up what you've got. So that's the amount I've got. So 125 grams of pulled pork. I've then got 450 grams of mashed potato. This again was left over, so absolutely ideal. I made these mashed potatoes in the Ninja. I have got a recipe for that if you want to know how to do that in your Ninja. This has already been seasoned and it's already got butter and cream in it to mash it. So that is really quite good to go. Into there, I'm going to add in some spring onion and also some fresh thyme. And they're just things that I had in my fridge again. So if you want to change that up, then you can do. So let's put the herbs and spring onion in. And we can give that a little mix. You can use more or less than I've put in there, whatever you've got available. If you've got a leek hanging around, maybe you want to soften a leek. If you want to make this garlicky, you can also add in some garlic if you wish to. So that is my potato done. Now into my pulled pork, I thought it would be quite nice if we had some barbecue sauce to add some flavour to that. I'm probably just going to be using whatever I've got left in here, which looks like probably going to be around a tablespoon-ish. And then just give that a little mix into your pork. That's just going to add some extra flavour to these croquettes. Totally optional. You don't have to go with the barbecue flavour if you don't want to, but I think this is going to be nice. I've got it all over me. I have to lick my fingers. Yum. Okay, so the next thing I want to add in is some cheddar cheese. Mine is already grated. That's what I had in my fridge. You can use any cheese that's going to go melty. I'm going to just measure this in and see how much I think I want in here. I think I'm probably going to go with about 100 grams in there. Again, you can have more or less, not a problem. You can add some cream cheese into your potato as well. Mozzarella will be nice because it will go really stringy. Let's move those scales. We don't really need those there anymore. So that's the thing I like about this type of recipe, is nothing has to be exact. And if you haven't got the ingredients that I've got, then you can just use what you want to. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So let's combine the pork in with the mashed potato as well. And you'll see that I've used like quite a lot less pork to the mashed potato. And the reason for doing that is purely that you want more potato, because that's what's going to hold together and really kind of form our croquettes. And you just want a little bit of pulled pork running through that potato. This is going to make quite a few here. I don't know how many exactly. Obviously, it's going to be dependent on how big you make them, but you could make these into croquette shapes, which is probably what I'm going to do. But you most definitely could make these into little balls, into almost like little canapes or like a little starter. You can get kids involved in this because it's quite easy. You're just mixing together cold ingredients, aren't you? So it's quite safe for them to jump in and help. Right, so that is mixed through. Keep dropping bits on the worktop. Right, there you go. And because my mashed potato was already really well seasoned, I've got the barbecue sauce in there. The pork was cooked with seasoning. I'm not going to add anything extra. For me, I just don't feel that this needs it. If you want to, then you can. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to make them into croquettes. So you're going to want to use some breadcrumbs. You can make your own. You can use shop bought. My ones are actually gluten-free breadcrumbs. And that is the end of that packet. God, I really am using everything up today, aren't I? You're going to need an egg as well. Just mix it up. Not the best thing to do it with a knife, but that's what was to hand. There you go. Right, let's grab some of our mixture. And I like to just use my hands to form this. So let's go with a cylinder shape, and then we can make it kind of flat on the ends like a croquette. I think that is a pretty good size. Look at that. You can see that against my hand. Put that in your egg. Give it a little move around. Whoops. Try not to break it like I am. God, I'm being so awkward today. There you go. And then into those breadcrumbs, just literally roll it over and they should stick fairly easily. Turn it up on its end. Make sure you get the ends coated. And if you need to, just sort of pat it in to make sure that is well covered. How easy is that? I mean, it's really no effort at all. It's actually quite fun making these. And we have got a pulled pork croquette. Obviously, I need to make the rest now, and then I'll come back to you when we're ready to cook them. I'm going to be putting these probably under air fryer, I think that's going to be the best thing for these. I'm just going to also show you quickly, although you can definitely make these in your hands like I was showing you, I am finding that if I give them a roll and then push them in at the ends, give them a roll, push them in at the ends. If you find that it's a little bit big, you can cut the end off like that, roll it, and then they more or less come out the same size. So out of that mixture, I have made 10 very decent sized croquettes there. So I'm really pleased with the amount that I've got. Like I said, you can definitely make them smaller, make them into little balls. They don't have to be as chunky as my ones. But these literally are a meal in themselves. You could serve these with a little side salad would be lovely, or some little extra vegetables on the side. Really whatever you want. But it's just a really nice way of using up that pork, I think, because we've already had some sandwiches and different things using it. So yeah, it's just something different that you can make. We never waste food in this house. There's always something that I can come up with that I can make using my Ninja. And these are going to go beautifully golden on air fry. I'm going to spray them with some oil. Really helps crispen up that lovely breadcrumb coating. I really hope you're liking the look of this recipe. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button below for me, because it really does just help the channel so much. It just lets YouTube know that my content is useful to you, basically, and that you like my videos. So then YouTube will hopefully promote me a little bit more, get more people on the channel subscribing with us all. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, then please do that as well. I've run out of breadcrumbs, so unfortunately these ones are now going to look a different colour. Never mind. The croquettes are in the air fryer basket, so I'm going to give those a good spray with some olive oil. Spray there you go. It's going to really help them to go nice and crispy and golden. Unfortunately, we've got the two different colours, but we're not going to worry about that. I'm going to air fry them on 200. I'll keep an eye on them, might be for as long as 15 minutes. Here are my pulled pork croquettes, a great way of using up that pulled pork. Let's cut into one so I can show you inside. Look at that. Absolutely full and bursting with that pulled pork, mashed potato. They're cheesy, they're oozy. These are so delicious. Look at that inside. I'm going to need to have a test, aren't I? I'm going to try this bit. Oh yeah. Definitely get the thyme coming through that I put in there. That pork, oh, and the cheese, and a little hint of barbecue too. These are gorgeous. Give them a try.